and welcome to Code Hangout number 93. Today we're going to look at the SudokuPad app settings. Let's see if we are... Welcome to Code Hangout. Yep, that's definitely live. And Twitch live too. Looks good, looks good. Okay, so today we want to do a couple of things. We definitely want to look at SudokuPad app settings, but we may or may not, and I'm not going to put numbers on them, otherwise I'll feel compelled to do them in that order. We're going to potentially use some TL draw to create some diagrams of internals of the app, because I need to start mapping it out a little so I can start improving internal APIs and plugin systems and so on to get other people onto the project and to kind of start future-proofing it, because we were running already incompatibility issues with backwards compatibility with old versions and new versions and all this sort of stuff. So we're gonna say, what do we call this? SudokuPad engine diagram. And basically just overall start documenting what we want it to look like. And then we also want to kind of start planning out a little bit puzzle formats. So puzzle data format planning. And it's mostly like start cataloging what exists, what should exist, how things could work, etc., etc. Just to kind of have a reference. Oop, this should be in a pocket somewhere. And then, of course, we want to start looking at these settings, because not just the settings, maybe even write up a little bit kind of the final steps. So for the new release of SudokuPad of the apps, because I've integrated most of the new stuff on the engine, but there's a couple of small conflicts. There's a bit of a mess because of the settings menu, because the settings menu was previously was done quite differently for the app, with a lot of settings filtered out and so on. And now I've kind of brought them all in, and then there's some app stuff kind of for testing and so on. I need to clean all that up. And then there's a couple of places where just conflicts, where new dialogues pop up, which obviously in the app don't make sense. So we're going to make a little plan here. So we're going to put this under SudokuPad app update. And here we have resolve dialog conflicts, clean up settings menu. I mean, there's got to be a lot of testing as well. And we might want to start cleaning up. We have a list of people who applied for testing. Ooh, and in fact, somebody sent me a message and I never replied to them. Was this Panthera? PBN pack will be given to CD for Patreon. Oh, that was something else. And then somebody asked about testing. Titus? Ah, yes. Okay, so the link for the test form, let me find that quickly. I believe is this. We need a link. All right. Don't use it, guys. And hopefully, the fact that my reply is 2 days late. Not 2 days late, 5 days. Oh my God. I've been meaning to reply to him every day for 5 days. That didn't happen. Sorry, my nose is a bit runny, and I don't know why. A bit cold here. Oh, and I don't want this like that. Nope, like this. And I think I should have all the chat. And, you know, if I don't see your chat, please let me know somehow. Excuse me. So, we want to clean up the settings dialog. We resolve dialog conflicts. What else is there? Oh yeah. Clean up debug settings / options. But obviously there's a bunch of buttons here that are added for debugging, and obviously they're no good like this. So let's start with the conflicts first. And I think the conflict goes away when I'm disabling some of these options. So let's enable everything. Show fog, show scene cells, mark solved digits, conflict checker, check conflict, don't pause on start, off. So if I now start a puzzle, let's say one of the original, if I just refresh this, yeah. So right now there's a dialog open. And that's why we have this gray overlay. But there isn't actually a dialog because whatever it needs to actually build the dialog on isn't there at this point in the app cycle, right? So let's have a look if we can figure this out. So we have the center of board dialog. So it pops up the rules dialog, but it's off screen because I think it doesn't have the layout information it needs at this point. So obviously this dialog shouldn't come up at all while we're just using it for thumbnails and so on. All right, so let's open the SudokuPad app repo. Yeah, update core. Now, to figure out exactly where and how and why and when the dialog pops open, let's put some log stuff in there. I think I'm going to keep that there. Actually, you know what? We just move that here and we'll be fine. Then we just put it to the bottom of the screen. I'm going to try to keep it on the stream like that. So we have the engine is basically in here. And the dialog, well, it's that list in framework, right? Let's do this. And then there's going to be show dialog. And if we do a console warn in there, we'll get a stack trace from here. All right, something like that. So if I now refresh the listing, interesting that this time this came up in the right spot. Don't know exactly why, but let's see where this comes from. So the stack trace here tells us, and let's make this a bit bigger so we can see this on the stream. So show pause dialog, start, handle pause. Yeah, so we know all that. And one of the annoying thing is, so because basically if I make changes here, I kind of want to backport them back to the main app. So what we should do is before we make any changes here, we should update these files just so we know we have, the least amount of things we have to mess with, the least amount of changes and so on. So let's do that quickly. We need a SudokuPad folder open and the CTC app folder open. Public staging source JS, right? Puzzle. So puzzle is more or less the engine really. And in the future, I need to organize these better. But we basically want to bring in anything that's changed kind of in recent. Why is this changed relative to the min file? Could have just been adding and deleting things for debugging purposes. All right, style is in there. Feature fpuz is new. What was that for? Oh yeah, okay. Well, we want to bring all these in. So colors, I don't think, yeah, so these are all part of this here. Features, what was the last date modified here? 26th. That doesn't sound right. Well, we can find out, right? What engine version is this even? 240. So I didn't update since then? Is that real? Is that true? Doesn't sound right. Let's see. Okay. These are kind of older. These should all be kind of... well, none of these should be a problem, right? None of these should be modified here. Tool marble run shouldn't be in there, so let's not bring it over. BG image is new, so we definitely need files older than this. Control tools. So I think we should go back all the way to replacing these LZipper. Stegosaurus, is that from here? It must be, right? LZipper, Stegosaurus, tool select. Let's just bring them all over. Make sure everything is on the up and up. Sven code CSS. I don't know if we need that. You know what? I'm gonna just bring them all down, and then we'll just delete the one. Yeah, I don't think these are included at all. Oop. SudokuPad links, do we? Also, this is no longer... Yeah, okay. Everything, we don't need Xmas shenanigans. Let's bring these over, replace them, and now we're just going to use Git to keep us honest, right? Let's see which of these are actual updates, right? So we've added this. This is a new one, yep. Marble Run we might not need. We can probably remove it again. All right, so that's just a minor update. That makes sense. Puzzle Tools, also minor update. Puzzle Zipper, yep, that's a necessary update. Rules Parser, definitely want to update that one. Yeah, that's just fixes and updates. That should come over. Styling updates, yep. Yep, colors updates. This one is probably not used. So that one we get rid of. So svencodes.cs is not used. And what was the other one? Marble Run. All right, and the fpuzzle one is actually new. And then utilities probably just some hide solution. Hide solution, what was that? Hide solution. Oh yeah, that was just, okay, that was me encrypting the solution data. Okay. And that should refresh everything and it should still work, right? This shouldn't break anything. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna update, we're just gonna call this an update to version whatever. All right. Update engine to v0. Yada yada. And in the future, I definitely want to refactor things. So this is much more clear that the engine, you know, what the engine is and where it starts and stops and how to kind of make sure you have all the engine files and all this sort of stuff. It's going to get more and more critical as more and more people are going to be working with this code. All right. So step one. Step two now is we know that the dialog gets opened from, oh yeah, well, we just overwrote that. So that's not happening anymore. We're gonna have to put that back. Show dialog. Should have really removed that. But no harm, no foul. So did I... this is definitely running show dialog, so it's not... okay, it wasn't using the latest files just yet. So show pause dialog. And earlier than that, sign start, handle puzzle start. So 3, 1, 4, 5, handle puzzle start. And then... does this run more than once? Yeah, so this runs for every puzzle that is getting stuff created, basically part of the thumbnail, right? So prior, these things didn't fire dialogues off yet before this change. So this is the first time starting a puzzle alone will actually generate a dialogue, which is a problem, right? So from here, we're ending up in timer start, and the timer will eventually end up in here. And eventually it'll say show pause dialog. And settings no pause on start. Right. So I think we want to manipulate this setting. So basically over here, somewhere along the lines, when... maybe even in the thumbnailer, right? Somewhere along these lines, we need to change these settings. Right, so for example, the fog animations is disabled. What was the other one? No pause and start. So no pause and start, we probably want this to be true. And I'm guessing we never want this to be false in the mobile app, right? All right, so that doesn't work. So let's see when this happens. So, one sec. The problem is by changing it, we can't... console. We've changed already what happened, right? So now it might no longer be that way, and we might have to kind of artificially break it again to see if we've actually successfully changed or improved anything. And the handle puzzle start, we want to get rid of that again. Yeah, so this is because I've changed this, now it works. But before, it didn't work because it happened too late, right? So we go back to timer. Timer. App timer. So we have console.log timer.start, and then we'll have no pause on start and first start. So we want to know this thing and this thing. Okay, and now of course, at this point, it no longer does that. So if we change the setting now, settings. So now for some reason the settings dialog is not positioned correctly. Except this is, but this is not. Why? So margin right, left. These are calculated incorrectly. So this settings dialog in this no board position. Yeah. So basically it tries to adjust the position, probably because it's now forced to try to position itself over the board, but the board basically doesn't exist now. So don't put stuff off. So let's try to log that out as well while we're at it. So this is going to be in framework. So center over board, center over board, center over board, center over board, and center over board just adds that. Is that enough? Center over board just adds this class. No, that can't be it. So there must be another aspect to this. If center over board. True. Handle resize. Okay. So board element at this point will exist. It's just that these, there's something else we need to look at, some other property. Hey Shelby, how are you doing? Please let me know if the audio is good. Like Mark was complaining about the mic volume last time. Oh, and this desk is way too high. No wonder it's pushing me into the sternum. Here we go, that's better. And there's some flickering over my shoulder. Why is that? What is there? It's just a couch. 1 second, let me see if I can get the camera to behave. Oh, behave. I do this and then do this. Oh, because the couch is so blown out that somehow remove chair was off, so it thought that's the chair. That's weird. All right. Yeah, I don't think we need this at 1080p. I think that's good enough. How is that? Yeah, no more crazy weird white flickering. All right, glad to hear that. All right, so let's see. How do we determine if the board isn't there or it is invisible? Well, we'll see in a sec. So I'm trying to kind of clear out some negative interactions between the mobile app and certain aspects of the new updated core engine, right? So framework handles resize here. And then center over board. Does it? Dialog board width. So is this still doing center over board? I'm not actually sure. Dialog style, remove margin left. So if we look at this dialog here, it does have the class center over board on it. But that happens elsewhere. So if center over board, so center over board is true. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, okay, so this just checks for that to be present. Okay, so this is not actually referencing the setting itself. So we're just gonna do something like this. And it does not seem to apply these styles. Maybe because of this, huh? So these are the only exits from this. So what if I do this and then put this here twice and then do that? And then we do the same thing with the height. And then we can see if either one of those conditions causes the exit from that function. So it doesn't seem to reach this. Oh, no, it just hadn't refreshed yet. There's a bit of a delay for it to rebuild. And okay, false, true. So the second one is true and it exits. And if I do this, false, true. 7 to 8. Why is this so much bigger? Ah, yeah. So we actually have an issue here. So it doesn't detect correctly that the board currently isn't actually in use, right? And the reason for that is that probably it's not actually easily detectable. Because it's actually just off screen down below. What if we output the entire bounds for the board? The entire bounding box, right? Oh, that was the wrong scale. But this could basically tell us if the board is off screen. And by board, I mean the game board. So if we do this now, right? So we have these. And we should be able to compare this to window.inner height, right? And now if we go to a puzzle like this, and now open settings, we should have this situation, right? I don't know, do I have a bounding box collision algorithm in here? Because I've written those before. Probably not. Okay, well, we'll just do it manually here for a sec. So we have x, y. So basically we want bb.x to be greater than 0. We want, or .x plus dot height to be less than window.inner height. And I don't know if we need to take scroll into consideration here. Maybe not for the window. Maybe not for the window. And then basically we want to do the same thing for the width. So let's see. We're going to repeat this for y. Y. No, this should be width. Width goes with x. And then we'll just do this whole thing. Do the same thing for height over here. And now, let's see if we're back in the puzzle. Yep. So for example, here we have width. I have to open the right thing to know when it's refreshed. So width true, height true. So we have an overlap with both. So actually we don't need both. We actually only care if any part of the board is visible. So I'm actually okay to say, hey, if I don't care if the bottom of the board is off screen, right? If the top of the board is on screen, so we want the top of the board to be above width, right? Because if it's below, we can't see it. And I think I'm saying the same thing here, just in the other direction. No, because here we want both edges of the board to be on screen, which in the future might be a problem, right? If you're adding like zoom and scroll and stuff. I mean, yeah, exactly. So we want x is the top of the board. We want that to be greater. Okay, and we're just going to do this. Inner width, inner height, window, win W, and win H. All right, so we want to have the x smaller than the height. So the top of the board is above the bottom of the thing, because if it's not, it's off screen, right? And if it's equal, if the window is 1,000 pixels high and the x is I don't care. If only one pixel is on screen, doesn't really help us. Do we want the other one as well, or do we need? Yeah, no, we both need both, and we need the board x plus. No, win width. I'm mixing my x and my y, right? X plus width needs to be greater than 0, and they both need to be true, right? All right, and I think that is correct. I don't know what the other thing was, but I don't think the other thing was correct. All right, let's try this again. Get rid of this in the console. So true, true, right? Now, if I do this and I open that, oh God, still doing the whole thing. Clear it. All right, settings. True, false. Now the problem is, one of these might be on screen, right? And the thing is, here I want to do something that also works in the core engine, not something that's specific to the mobile app. Because in the mobile app, I know what screens I'm on. I can say, hey, don't do this if you're not in the puzzle screen, right? But I don't want this to be dependent on that, right? And I don't want to add hooks to be able to control it from the outside, although I might have to do. But this should be independent of it where it's being executed. This should just always work, right? So we want this to be true. And we want this to be true. And we can say const board on screen or board in window equals Does this and that. And then we can just output that. And basically, if that's not true, we can just skip the fancy sizing. And we haven't refreshed yet. Boom. Boarded window false. If we go here and then refresh from here, the dialog, okay, obviously it's been changed here. We now refresh. Yeah, now the setting, obviously this line here is gonna bite us in the butt. Have to run the new code. Oh, there it was. Okay, so boarded window is false. So now we should say, and these two are still true. We can run those first. Then we can do extra one. And then we'll say if boarded window return. And then we'll skip all of these. And that should be universally correct. Okay, because before that dialog wasn't showing on screen correctly. Now, if we're opening a puzzle, it should now center over the board. Yeah. When it's the right dimension. Okay. All right, that's a width height thing. And if I go back to here and refresh, and let's do this to have more of the console visible. Okay, so that still works. And I think this change is purely compatible with everything else. Okay. Now, this doesn't fix the dialog coming up in the first place. Now, we can potentially fix that here. The question is, do we want to change the setting back? I think in the app, it makes sense that this is always on and not necessarily user controllable, because you're not addressing a particular puzzle directly like you do on the web page. So it makes sense that this setting is just always false. And we probably don't even need to do this inside the thumbnail. We can just do this, in the app, like from the start. It's the first thing that just happens, right? So app.js, the application gets generated in app start somewhere. So let's just do this. So we have app init here. Let's check if in app init we're doing anything like that. So app init, well, we have the application. Do we have any settings that are being changed here? And init. So I think the settings are being loaded later than this. So app.init. But I want to output when the framework actually loads the settings. Load settings. I just want to see in which order these things are happening. App init. Let's get rid of the timer logging here. That doesn't help us at the moment. Oop. This definitely doesn't help us. All right, let's restart. Expected token. App is not defined. App.init. Init puzzle app. App 52. Did I delete some character here? At console warn 1455 145. Okay, it must have refreshed in the middle of me editing that. Let me just double check the other chats, make sure nobody is falling through the cracks. Although my stream hasn't been super popular lately. Nothing exciting happening. Just boring, getting the work done stuff. I know. I feel it too. All right, so... Wait, why did I think it was 150? It's 158. I think I must have written 150 in the... No, 150. I got that right. All right, never mind. And that just went off screen there. Not by much. So... Apps, app init, app start init settings, framework load settings. So that comes from init settings in app start. So init settings, here, add settings, init settings, load settings, init settings. Load settings. So if after init settings, we'll do kind of our forced change of settings over here. And we probably want to initialize this to true as well. Like that. Okay, I want to wait for this to update. And now it's gone, right? And we basically want to remove that setting altogether. So no pause on start, gone. Now these settings now need to get updated again, but it's a bit of a delicate operation. So, but okay, framework is once again not resizing correctly. If I move it. Okay, so there's something wrong in this algorithm after all. So let's see. And then if I output these two, because center of a board just might not be an issue. And if I do here console.log return 1, return 2, and return 3. All right. Okay. Settings dialog. And here it disappears. Return true. So here it doesn't return. And probably what I thought earlier is that one of these, well, no, that doesn't actually explain, excuse me, where the board, because the board should be off screen here. All right, so it could just be that I made a mistake here. So let's just output this information. And board BB, because I presume the board is off screen, but it could be on screen and just be really small or something. I don't remember exactly what I did to hide the board. Basically, the board has to be somewhere to be able to render the thumbnails, right? And that kind of messes with the positioning of the dialog, because the dialogs like to be positioned relative to the board, because in the main web app, there's always a board on screen when we're showing a dialog, but in the mobile app, there is not. So, this hasn't updated yet. Refresh. This doesn't show me this stuff. Return to, oh, because it returns early. Okay. So I have to find the, okay. So here it doesn't return early. So that's the window. Okay, so X needs to be smaller, okay. Smaller than the width of the window, which isn't true. So that's false. Oh, it's the reverse, right? This has to be negative. If board is not board in window, then we want to return. Otherwise, we can do the resizing. All right. So if I now show this and I scale, return 2, return 3, return 2, return 3, return 2, return 3. It just does the resize thing there. All right, so I think that fixed it. Okay, so that fixes the dialog showing. It fixes the dialog not showing correctly in non-board screens. Okay, so that's very good actually. And it should still show the dialogues correctly here. Now, this dialog, we do want to show that. So we need to find out exactly. Okay, let's first see what we've changed here. So we've changed framework. We've just changed this one thing here. We don't need that. So we've changed this part. Oh, and we don't need those anymore. Right? We could do a little function like something like const AABB overlap equals A B, and these would be blip, dip, dip. Well, let's call them A and B, although let's call them B1, B2, because AB might be a bit confusing here. And then what we really want is this, but then we're substituting the 0 for the first one, right? So board BB would be the second one. It doesn't matter in the end, right? And then this would be b1.width, b1.height, and this would be b1.x plus, b1.y plus, greater than b1.x, b1.y, right? And this should be that, where we'll do something like this: const win bb equals width, and then we'll just do this. No need to rename all this stuff twice, right? And x0, y0. Can probably reuse that. And then we'll do WinBB and board BB. And then we don't need that. Then we can actually just take that. Get rid of that. I think that should work. Oop. All right, I'm gonna assume that means it's working. If we go here, yeah. So that should make this a little bit cleaner. This ABB overlap function, we can probably in the future move it somewhere else. Let's move it at least into the class, but ultimately this should go into utilities, right? F is framework, P is prototype. I need to standardize all this stuff. F utility, so we're just going to do F. Oop. Didn't mean to move that out of there. And we'll do F dot that. F that. And there's lightning outside, so I hope I'm not going to lose my computer, because last time lightning basically zapped the whole apartment. Oop. Hey, Eric. Are you talking about inside the app or on the website? But this might actually fix that as well to some extent. Let's refresh. Gotta refresh twice. Okay. So this should be a change that can backwards noodle it back into the core thingamajig. This one is disabling that on startup, but we actually want that enabled. And this we can just clean up now. I think we just don't need that. That was just some basic logging, yeah. But we actually want to re-enable the setting when we're actually going to start a game. And that is happening where this is happening in, not app start, even though it sounds a bit like this content, right? Puzzle listing, create puzzle. So let's see, create puzzle, because there should be a scroll bar on the dialog, right? Like if I open these, there should be a scroll bar, not just a scroll bar. It should be drag to scroll on touch. If I make this quite big, this should be drag to scroll. I also need to clean up the UI, like have little X buttons in the corners and stuff like that, or just homogenize where, like for example, the back button jumps to the bottom. It's all a bit messy. I am not a UI designer, that's for sure. All right, handle puzzle create, I think. Handle puzzle play. I think this might be where all the magic happens. And then init play mode. I think init play mode always happens before we're opening a puzzle. All right, so location.load data. We also want to get rid of those. Don't need those anymore. G254 and G184. I'm saying G because I'm pressing Control G to do the search. Init settings 184. Oh, that's in app start. Oh, more lightning. Thunder's gonna come rolling in. There it is. All right, so if I press play, we get init handle puzzle play, init play mode. So if I'm re-enabling that setting there, I need to disable it again afterwards. And I don't know if there's a good event for like coming out of play mode. But let's just see what it looks like if we do that. Framework puzzle not found. This was not found. Get puzzle yada yada yada. Init play mode. Init play mode. Create UI gamer yada 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 timer. The thing is, the timer start might not happen here. So this probably should happen right before all of these things are happening. And init play mode. I guess we can do that here. False. And now we want to check what that setting actually is when we get to that stage. So that's in the timer start or something. Or timer dot handle play pause, handle set start time start. No, yeah. So, let's warn, so we get a stack trace, timer start, and then we'll have these settings. We have that slash first start and settings dot no pause on start. And where does that happen? This is I think the reason this doesn't necessarily make sense is because I think we're providing our own dialog here. Is that what's happening? In fact, the timer kicks in before this dialog kicks in. That's odd. So timer.start happens from script load puzzle. So create puzzle, right? So we do this. And then probably at that point, the dialog is already open. So maybe we don't need that and we just provide our own dialog. Where is that dialog getting opened from? Get puzzle. So load puzzle into engine. So we have load puzzle into engine here. Load puzzle into engine. Let's, we don't want to do that. Load puzzle into engine. Set start time. Load puzzle into engine. And then that dialog comes from where? Well, we can put some logging in there again. Not show settings this time. So under show dialog, one day I gotta figure out what's causing these. Runtime last error. Listen indicated synchronous response by returning true. Actually, you know what? Let's have a quick Google on that and see if there's an easy fix to that. And my butt cushions are slipping again. A listener responded, asynchronous response, unchecked listener, time lost error. Before response received, exit proxy not found, universal chase subscribe for event. Okay, I think that's related to some Cordova plugin stuff. Show dialog. Okay, reload. So this show dialog is triggered from show pause dialog. Oh, it is doing the right thing, but I think I'm hijacking that somewhere. I think. So we have show pause dialog. Rules. No rules provided for this puzzle. Or is it literally the correct dialog? And these puzzles just don't have the sort of traditional rules data associated with them? Show pause, I don't know, it's not defined. Oh. Show pause dialog. Puzzle. Options, get puzzle meta. Game, if game start. I'm a little confused now. It could be that I have some kind of trigger in there to make it not be a game start event, basically. Game start is true, show dialog. If game start, resume start. Button label, start puzzle. Else, if game start. Is game start never true here? So let me, I'm gonna get confused, but let me open this file for the web app. Go to the same place in the timer, show pause dialog, right? And let's try our bestest here to not get confused. So we're gonna put that here, and we're gonna put that here, and I did not loop it. Oh, R1 and gone. Welcome to R2. So if I refresh this now, and I switch on the, or disable the, don't show the pause on start dialog. Where is it? Sure. Wait, no, this would be gameplay, wouldn't it? Don't pause and start. Here we go. Ooh, that was a big lightning strike. So this is now showing game start true. So this is the same dialogue, but we have resume puzzle here. And here we have start puzzle. Resume start. I put something in there. Now I refresh. Ah, okay. So that's already up to date. All right, let's get one with custom stuff. No pause and start. So here now, No pause on start is false. If I refresh this here, I'm guessing the dialog will be back. But if I just open it from here, probably... So if I say continue, play mode, timer start, first start false. Because first start is set to false. So we basically want to force that to be true as well. So init play mode, we want to do timer, create UI, timer, time element. First start. So we probably want to have something on the timer to kind of reset all this. We'll see. I think the first start is really just for this dialog here. So if we go here, continue. First start, force, false. But it should have hit init play mode, right? So init play, oh, because probably, once again, it had updated the files yet. So we go back here to the listing, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of these little finicky bits to just kind of sync the engine with what's happening in the app. Because the engine was originally never designed to be wrapped into an app like that. And I kind of did that to not have to spend time at the time to kind of modify the engine too much. And I don't want to do it now either. I want to get this release out ASAP, and then the refactoring should happen afterwards. So first start is false. Okay. So first start gets modified in here. Let's make sure I'm looking at the right place, at the right file. First start gets changed here. And I think what's happening is this is hitting for like a whole bunch of times for every thumbnail being created here. And if I click one, all it takes is one more thumbnail being generated afterwards to immediately undo what I've just done. Show dialog. Not really. False, true. No pause on start, false. Okay. So it depends on how much time, how long it takes me basically. If I press too quickly. No, it's, okay. Let's refresh this. It's gonna build all the thumbnails. I click here and click here quickly. And the dialog still comes up. But I think it just fit. No, it didn't. Okay, so I think this is a timing issue. If a thumbnail generation kind of kicks in at the wrong time in between here and actually starting, so first start is false, first start is true, but timer.start somehow didn't get triggered at all this time. Okay, let's see. So we're heading into play mode. That's here. Then, init play mode. Handle puzzle plays here. Init play mode. Load puzzle into engine. Did I not? Okay. We'll do that. And like, I'd like to change this to sort of async wait syntax in the future. It would make a lot of these things nicer. All right. So that's this one. Problem is, a lot of these are asynchronous, which probably means we should be doing these things here. And then console.log after this. Okay. We don't actually want to refresh from here. We want to refresh from here. Then we want to quickly scroll down, hit that, continue, and see. So we have timer start, show pause dialog. But like presumably once again, okay, boom, boom, review. Yeah, so now we didn't get a dialogue. So we had handle puzzle play, we had the change here. After load puzzle into engine, and the timer start didn't fire. So where does the timer generally then start up? So I'm guessing normally the timer would start up from one of these load things. So I'm thinking what's happening here is the thumbnailer is supposed to passively basically look at this and stop generating thumbnails. But basically in between it realizing that it shouldn't generate any more thumbnails and the next thumbnail being generated, it kind of generates another thumbnail basically, and that wipes the state out, right? So how does it stop generating thumbnails? So thumb load, I believe, loops into itself. Thumbs are loading, false. Cache, thumb load. Promise resolve. Thumbs are loading. Return is puzzle page. Return. So is puzzle page might be critical here. So that's presumably going to happen on every time. And I need to have a way of saving this data set and then restoring it for testing purposes. That's alone is going to be super important. This is going to drive me crazy. So is puzzle page undefined? Is puzzle page undefined? Is puzzle page script? Is puzzle page? Is puzzle page undefined? Page name or yeah. Can I do this here as a default? Does that make more sense? Really? No? Put that here. Oh, well, it might also not have updated. Okay, so that makes more sense. Then we can get rid of that. Get rid of that. So is puzzle page listing yada yada yada. And we can do this. And we should get the result. And if I'll probably need to refresh again. So is puzzle page is false. Okay, refresh, click, review. So is puzzle page false, 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 first start, first true. Is puzzle page continue puzzle true. So thumbnailer hits that and returns, stops generating thumbnails. Timer start is fired here. And what determines if timer start gets fired? I guess it's an event handler. Handle puzzle start, dispatch event, yada, yada, yada. Handle puzzle start. Handle puzzle start. We actually want to get a thingamajig out of here, a stack trace. And ultimately, this should be fired from load puzzle. And here, it's actually being fired from the load puzzle in the thumbnailer. Okay. But ultimately, it should also get fired from here eventually. So if we go back here, let the thumbnailer finish. Come on. Okay. And now, if I do this, it still doesn't fire. First start, false, true. Handle puzzle, after load puzzle into engine. So shouldn't that still trigger puzzle start? If that doesn't trigger puzzle start, that's a bit odd, right? So start, trigger start, trigger start, trigger start. So we have puzzle load puzzle. We have timer resume. But it could also be that, for example, this hits, but it's already running from prior calls in the thumbnailer. Hey Mark, how are you doing? I'm being a good boy today and doing some of the work I'm supposed to be doing. All right, so we did not, wait, did we not get? First start is true, but the timer event isn't hitting at all. So what's happening? Reset puzzle, reset puzzle. So reset puzzle. Somebody's comment, Mark, did you see the comment in the channel web app feedback? Everybody has got an opinion. Everybody thinks their opinion is the only opinion, unfortunately. That's the real problem. Reset puzzle. Restart puzzle. Wait, restart puzzle? Where's reset puzzle? Oh, reset puzzle doesn't actually trigger it. All right, come on, refresh, and so we have load puzzle. So handle puzzle start is firing. It's still not bringing up the dialogue. Okay, so that gives us something to look at least. All right, timer, handle, show pause dialogue. Ah, sorry, no. Handle puzzle start is not where the timer situation gets sorted. So handle puzzle start. Handle puzzle start is completed this time. Oh, because it's already completed. Okay. All right. Because this is a finished puzzle, it doesn't bring up the dialogue. That's actually curious because I think we have a separate. Oh my god, why is that coming up again now? Oh, I thought we had fixed that. Okay, so we go here. Review this. Now if I press this, the dialogue comes up. Let's go back here. Review, clear, back, dialogue. Okay. So obviously after leaving it, so we have handle puzzle play, we have init play mode, but I don't think we have an leaving. Oh, maybe I'm just saying we don't have a puzzle leaving thing, but I'm literally hovering over handle puzzle leave. Okay. And I'll probably refresh twice. So let's go here. So if I go back, boom, handle puzzle leave. So handle puzzle leave, we should be able to just bring this back immediately. And that should be early enough. Puzzle app timer. Not sure why I'm doing this here. Puzzle app. Okay, wait. What I really want is we want timer. No, we want app as puzzle app. We want app, and from app we want timer, right? And puzzle, like that. And then that's the same thing. And from framework, we also want settings, like that. Then we can do timer. if timer will stop like that, right? Even if it happens too early, that should be fine. We go in here, clear all that, go back. Okay, so that dialog obviously shouldn't happen. All right, so where are we here? Handle puzzle start, save data, handle puzzle leave. So we're in handle puzzle leave. Settings, no pause on start is false. No pause on start. It's true, obviously. We need to revert it. Come on, refresh, refresh. Watch is established, reload, and open the puzzle. Stop the thingamajigs, go back, and no thingamajig. All right. Now, that wasn't the thing we were looking at, though. I think problem was that this dialog doesn't always come up. The first start is true, but the start event just doesn't fire. All right, so we can get rid of that. Can get rid of that. So we've handled that on puzzle leaf now. This is working. We are still missing a new start event in this situation. So what happens is that the puzzle state in the engine is basically is not correct, even though well, so the start event, okay. Let's go back. If I go now open this one. Handle puzzle start. Handle puzzle start. It does not trigger the start event. Why though? So the start event we've poked around, right? And the start event is being fired in all sorts of places, such as when the puzzle is reset and so on. And then some of those surely happen when we're loading the puzzle, right? So if I look at this, something like that. And then load puzzle, which we're logging out. Load puzzle. Ugh, this makes my eyes go cross-eyed. Trigger load it. It eventually will trigger start. Right. So here we have load puzzle. And handle puzzle start is triggered from here. Okay, so wait a sec. Handle puzzle start. So handle puzzle start. Handle puzzle start. Handle puzzle start triggers. Not this puzzle is complete. Okay, so is that the problem? Maybe. So maybe is completed doesn't have the value. It's oh my god, we just sorry. Yeah, so that's what we looked at earlier, that because it's completed, it doesn't show a dialogue. So one that's not completed should show the dialogue. And should it also, will it show it correctly if I open it quickly? Yes. Now, if I open quickly a puzzle with rules text, oh, that one's a filled one. My god, I should find a better way. Oh, no, most of these are finished, actually. Yeah, I don't think I've finished this one. Okay, so that brings up the dialogue, and then I can resume. So this seems to be working correctly now. I mean, it's gonna still take a whole bunch of testing. But it's definitely working a lot better than it did a moment ago. I'm pretty sure of that. Init play mode. Let's just clean this up here. Don't want that. So we've added this. We've cleaned that up and added this. Clean that up. Now this is down here. Don't need that anymore. What did we change here? We changed this to have a return. Load puzzle into engine, which we only needed to be able to add the logging. So we can get rid of that. All right, so this is the minimal change set. Yeah. Let's go to app start and figure out when we change there. We've deleted something. Okay. Don't know why that was there, but let's just do a minimal change set again. So we've added these. Okay, that's fine. This puzzle page is just got some logging in it, which we don't need anymore. And we've just refactored that. Okay, load data. Load data. Load data, right? Okay, so let me save that separately because that's just a refactor. And we can actually I almost want to change let's see. What I want to do is I want to copy this. Then I want to undo this change. Make sure I don't make a stupid mistake now. Then I want to go back in here. And this was in its settings. Delete that. And now these two are together a refactor set. This is also a refactor. So let's do that one as well. So in the meantime, I'm going to save what I just copied. And we're going to do the same thing again for create puzzle. I'm going to copy that, new file, paste. Then we want to just have this change and not this one. Because that's a refactor and the other thing isn't. I am a little bit of a purist when it comes to that stuff. So get rid of that and get rid of settings dot yada yada in the 160s. 160s here. So that can be part of the refactor, right? That's just a pure refactor. And that is inside the engine. Okay. So these three things are a refactor. We didn't change anything here that actually makes a difference. Yeah. Okay. Refactor. And now we go back in here. I think that's this one. Let me just, yeah. Delete that, put that back. And now we're just adding those lines, right? Delete that, make sure I don't keep it around. And the other one, which one was it? App start. Const handle key at the handle delay. All right. So app start now. That comes back. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. So we're basically just hiding that settings from the settings dialog. We're changing the initial value. We're setting the initial setting here, so it doesn't show up in the listings and so on. Not sure if I need to do something else to make this work correctly. We'll see. Because it could be that if it's loaded from the stored settings, it might overwrite these at the wrong timing because it's asynchronous and all this stuff. But for now, this is going to be okay. And then this is the other thing. All right. Now, this we want to actually move into core. So let's move that into core now. Staging, framework, move it back into core. Yes. Let's have a look what that looks like in core. So this we can get rid of. And then this should be basically a refactor. So if I go here, it should just work. Okay, and I'm gonna, spoiler alert, I'm gonna load today's daily puzzle in for some realistic testing. Your puzzle render API doesn't do a brilliant job of this puzzle. I hope he doesn't mind if I do this live on stream. Puzzle render API. Oh, okay, this is relative. This is the API for the screenshot stuff. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I can check that out right now. I gotta check that out after stream. So daily puzzles, let's check it in. I'm probably not gonna go super much longer today since I started late, and that doesn't change what's happening afterwards. The day doesn't wait for anybody. So if we're going, oh, come on, localhost. So this, one second. What are the changes we're actually testing here? We're testing the dialog positioning. Is this incorrect? I want to ask. I believe it is. So yeah, unless... Okay, so here is when it's board centered. Okay, no, looks like it's still correct. Okay. Yeah. All right. That looks good. So that seems to work. Is this just a patch or is this a minor version thing? Let's have a quick look. What else? What was the other thing that I changed? Was there another change I need to backport? No, this is all debugging stuff. And framework isn't affected at all anyways. So I think I can just do this now. You know what? I don't actually need to do that right now. I think we can just proceed. So we can go back to here. And to here. And this is the right file. Yes. And we have a bunch of other things. Okay, so this one I can get Sorry, I got to do a bit of housekeeping because if I have the wrong thing open in the wrong place, it's very likely that I'll make a mistake and then I'm going to have bigger problems. All right, so that cleans up a lot of the dialogue stuff. So let's get rid of these bits. And I think we can just reset all this, right? No work is being done here. So I'm just gonna discard changes on this. And now we shouldn't have any logging here. We've even gotten rid of some logging. The right dialogues come up in the right places. This should get centered at the right time. All right. And we should be able to take something like this. Oh, and let's do a quick test on the no, it doesn't help us much. Can I do a fresh build now? I think so. So if I do a fresh build now, for Electron, I need to do this under Windows. So let's get a Windows console up here. Hey, Daniel. I saw your message, but, well, since you're here, well, let me just do a quick test build of the app, and then we'll take a look at the API stuff. Because, you know, rendering issue is potentially affects the whole app. So Electron debug. Now, I've done a build of the old version of the app, and I had to chop a few things. So I don't know if this is going to work out of the box. I might have chopped too many things. But if it works, that would be great. That'd be great. So that's the chopped version. And here we have Electron build. Come on, do some magic. In the meantime, I'm going to try to figure out what puzzle you're talking about, because this is obviously not a puzzle URL. So I don't know. I guess I can use these links. So it's an fpuzzles link. Okay, this is what it looks like. Let's go to localhost. Okay. And let me try to remember how the API works. It's been a while. Don't touch it every day, but I do touch it more often than I should. If you right-click the image, you can just open the image in the new tab, which is good point. Open image in new tab. Okay, but what I want to do now is I want to obviously color scheme, reading color scheme, color scheme. Is CSS color scheme prop supported? Element.style. It could be that I just have to update the API code because I haven't been updating it. Okay, let's do this. API.da-da-dum npm run test thumbs. Now this calls, well, that's our, I think we need both, yeah. So that's our Puppeteer, right? Okay. So the API should now run under 9.15. Like that. Okay, so my version works. You feel the API image is just an extension being said. Squiff, if you an API image, it's just an extension being said. If you change the SVG to PNG, then the render is still broken. Go away. Oh, good point. No, but this is not... Wait, what? You're right, that is... What the hell is that? No, wait. SVG. Index. Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is not my code. But where does this code come from? Like you said, it's an extension. Okay, which extension is this? Open new tab. I think if I look for that. Oh, yeah, we've had problems with Dark Reader before. All right, never mind. So we have two options. I can just push the current release and it'll probably work. Or we can try to figure out why it wouldn't be working. It's strange though, because this doesn't do anything fancy. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. I could also look at the logs, but we're probably spending more time on it than it makes sense. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, so let's have a quick look. PM2 logs. The problem is any errors will probably happen inside Puppeteer and they might not percolate outwards to the API itself. And of course the logs, thanks to the endlessly long URLs, often are useless. Address in use. Wait, what? Handle root. Change thumbnail. So if I do this, right? Bump requests. I think probably my code that tries to handle multiple things isn't super robust and it's hitting its max and it's not unwinding them due to errors. Now if I restart it, it's probably gonna work again, but it's not obviously not a fix. Let's restart it though. And is the thumb service running separately? I do not recall. So if I do this, like this doesn't make sense to me. One sec. PM2 logs 12. Is the thumb service running separately? I think it's just hitting the cache and the thumb system errored out. I'm just gonna restart it for now. But it definitely, it's tricky to error check it because it's kind of wrapped, you know. And now the problem is, let's restart 13 as well. This is probably cached right now. So if I'm hitting this locally, right? I don't recall what if basically what I'm trying to think is I probably have to clear the cache for this image manually, but I don't want to clear all the caches. So we definitely need an API call that can actually reset it, and ideally an API call that can just request a restart or something, or more robust error handling. The problem is that where would it be? Cache. I don't know if the thumbnail generated, the hash is going to be the same. It should be the same, right? So this is locally. This is remote. Now you said you've done remote PNG already. Oh, you know what I can do? If we change the size, it should be a different hash. Yeah, and that one works. And I should have tested that before I restarted it. So this one, unfortunately, is broken in the cache now, and there's no way of revalidating the cache. So I'm gonna have to manually find that file, which is basically this one, right? I hope it's this one. So it's under WV. So let's see if we can find this under etc nope, under var API cache thumbs, and now this should be under VW or WV under WV under ZH. All right, and if we just delete this one, RM. Now it should just recreate it. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so something happened. It broke the file, cached it, and then it was serving the cached version. So this obviously fixes it for this particular puzzle, and thanks for letting me know. I have to say the API is not battle hardened. I have to do some more work. So obviously let me know anytime this happens. What I might do is I might create an API call just for you where you can either wipe the cache. I don't kind of like that because I actually want to use the cache to kind of, you know, find all the stuff myself, like have access to these images over the long run. For example, wait a second, Linux, list files, recursive. I'd like, you know, I just want to, or even Linux folder size. So if I do this, right? I think it's DU, right? Disk utilization, DU/thumbs, or just DU thumbs. No, DU-sh. So it's only 816 kilobytes, right? Yeah, but probably what I'll do is I'll create an API call to let you do some sort of reset, like to restart the services in case they're crashed. And then maybe a separate API call to let you delete a specific individual image. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. I'm an idiot. All right, let me put that on a little to-do list here. I mean, obviously, making it more solid is the ultimate solution, but it might not be. I might not be able to say, especially since, you know, I don't use it, so it doesn't get a lot of testing. So these kind of things are kind of subtle, and they don't happen very often. So let's see, to do API SudokuPad, and then we'll do something like add param to force cache invalidation. Create API call to force thumps process restart. Create API call to force API process restart. These we have to be careful for because obviously that's super easy to DDoS then, basically. If somebody gets that call, they can just spam it and do all sorts of crazy stuff on the server. I'm sure the server wouldn't like restarting this process like a million times. Yeah, so this makes sense. So if you manually find an issue, you can just force the invalidation. The other thing, obviously, once it's fixed, only that particular hash is broken. So if you change the file size, even by like the dimensions by 1 pixel, right? Or you change something inside the puzzle to just change the data, like adding a space to the rules text or something, all of that will create a new cached file. But like ideally we just let you invalidate it correctly. Okay, I don't need that anymore. So that should work again. Let me know if you have any more issues like that. Obviously I want to fix these. But I cannot do a super, like a deep pass on kind of hardening it now, because, you know, the app needs to get done. All right, so that's sorted. That's sorted. We don't need that anymore. And stuff like that also helps me to kind of like, okay, I need an easier way of starting it and testing things and all this sort of stuff. That we don't need. That we don't need. I'm gonna leave that open because I actually want to look at that because I haven't actually seen how you use it, so that'll be interesting for me. So we've got a build here now, so that's a fresh build. Okay, so why did that happen? Wait, did I? Why did that happen? This is the fresh build, right? And it only happened the first time it started, which is very bad, very annoying. Why did that happen? And this now broke. Shoot. Didn't I fix this? Didn't we fix this? Didn't we fix this? Pretty sure we did. So one of the issues is that Chromium or Electron uses a different version of Chromium. And in fact, I think I can update it myself, but it doesn't understand replace all. Now, unfortunately, I seem to have overwritten my own changes from earlier. And I might not even have saved the fix that I had added. Maybe I did, because we've done a bunch of changes to puzzle.html. Okay, let's see. When did we update utilities? Here. So... Or did I just not fix this yet? No. I must have fixed it because we've been testing with a version of it. Okay, well, let's... No, wait, that's in the thumb... Oh, my God, what's going on here? This is in the thumbnailer, right? So let's see. Did I override the thumbnailer or throw away the changes? It's possible that I just didn't, just threw them away, didn't actually commit them to Git, and now they're gone, and I'm gonna have to do it over again. And that is obviously bad. Yeah, this was ages ago, right? December, yeah. All right. Well, let's have a look then. Okay, let's close all these. Make sure we don't have things open. Ooh, I don't like this. What's been changed here? What's been changed? Anything? Nothing? Okay, never mind. So, API, SudokuPad, thumbnailer. So the thumbnailer here, and that's not even the latest version. I probably need to update the thumbnail as well because I've been improving it for the API. Maybe that's some, okay. Before I do that, let's make sure these things are saved correctly. Integrate, it wasn't start setting. Okay. Then we are SudokuPad. We want to look at the latest thumbnailer. I don't actually know if it's more up to date from the API. I mean, you'd hope I would use the latest version here, but I don't know if I did. So we've got a thumbnail here. It's definitely different. It's a kilobyte bigger. So that's usually an indication that it's improved. Ugh, I don't know if it's improved or if it's just changed here. I might have changed it in a way that's not backwards compatible. So that's a little worrying. I remember changing all of this. No, it's the other way around. Okay, this one is more up to date because it has support for Fox puzzles. Which the one in... Okay, so the API one probably won't work with Fog puzzles right now. Sorry, yeah. But there might be some change in there, so I'm gonna make that as a note. Sync thumbnailer to SudokuPad version. So we probably need to synchronize those, make sure that I'm not gonna destroy stuff. Okay, now the real problem is in thumbnailer, we have a replace all call in line 183. Nope, that's where the error happens. No, it's in utilities. Oh, man, I fixed this already. I'd done this. It was working, and now I have to do it again. So I had a call to replace all here somewhere. Here. And of course, replace all. I really didn't save that. I didn't change that. I didn't save that update. I didn't change that fix. All right. And that probably needs to get backported anyways to the engine as well. So we can replace this with very simply with a regular expression like this, global, and we want to replace it with that. Right. And I think that's all we need to do. And it should work identically. Right? And now if we do a build into the engine, and we probably want to stop this. Yeah, I wish there was a faster way of doing this build. Chromium. Sorry, I'm a bit scatterbrained, but I remember installing a version of Chromium specifically to do these Electron builds. And that is configured somewhere in here. And I would like to know which version I'm using, and I would like to probably update it as well to not have these issues, because this is quite old. So if I say Electron build configure Chromium version, and it's not just a version, it's literally I'm pointing it at a specific build of Chromium. So this would be under where? Config, package.json, under Cordova. I hope there's nothing in here that I shouldn't be showing on stream. I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot. No, it shouldn't be a problem. I'll use the API. Should not be a problem. So let's see. Chromium. No. What would that setting even be called? Electron zipped here? No. It'll take you a while to build. Release electron. Next, configure the electron with custom chromium build. Electron build. Compile build chromium browser for electron. Internal spring programmers library. Build instructions electron. Electron. Which version of chromium? I think it would actually know that. Man, sorry. I was convinced that I had installed a custom version of Chromium for Electron. And I don't know if it's here, i.e. within this repo, even if it's under Electron Builder, you know, or if it's a completely separate install that I configure somewhere. And I kind of figure it's the latter. So I wouldn't be surprised if under Electron here, one of these configuration settings points at Chromium in some way. It just might not be here. Chromium. Pickle.js Chromium. I don't know if Chromium Pickle.js is related to that. A lot of Chromium bug workarounds. Electron configure Chromium folder. I'm pretty sure it's in the local Chromium dir. All right, I'm gonna have to research this off stream. I don't find a quick solution here. Okay, electron configuration for Chromium on a chemistry page. All right, that's my that's my signal to kind of let it go. All right. Anyway, the build is finished. Got an electron build under here, and we should be able to open this up. Have a thing. It didn't do the thing again. Okay, open the puzzles. All right, it'll still blow up on certain things. We've got some weird puzzles in here. We can look into those in more detail, but it doesn't crash the core engine, and that's kind of a good thing. Of course, that's a good thing. Chromium. So I looked at the, what? Have you implemented a pencil mark conflict checker yet? Pencil mark conflict checker. Yes, there's a pencil mark conflict checker. Sven looked at that on the stream last week. If it's not as simple as expected as usual. Yeah. On the stream. Are you guys just referring to, like, if I do this and then like this and enable check pencil marks? Wait, I probably chose the wrong puzzle to do this check. And why did the music stop? Oh, I manually looped it, but I didn't set it to auto loop. All right. So if I go, it's something like this. Yep. If I do something like this, and then I put a 1 here, you mean that kind of thing, right? Or if I do 2, 3, and then put a 2 and a 3 here, and then these are all red. That's in the app. So replace all. So all the replace alls aren't working on this version of Chromium. So if I do this, nope, this Chromium, it's not a function. So there's a couple of things we can do. We can just implement it ourselves, right? Because maybe we don't want to change all our code. We also want to do something like do a quick check on the support matrix. So Chrome version 85 and check version of Chrome in the console. Probably user agent, or navigator. If I just do this and I start poking around in here, will it tell me? Chrome 69. It's that old? Chrome 69. If I undo this, right, and then do a polyfill. Polyfill, here we go. Polyfill. Script. Find replace all. Can I get a polyfill for that? Place all. Okay, is there a single actual JavaScript file? Proposal. No, I don't want the proposal. I want the polyfill. Polyfill. Wait. Polyfill. That should be a polyfill, right? No. It loads so slowly that I get impatient and I click. So, finish proposal. No, I don't want proposals. I want polyfills. Okay. Usage installation. I don't want to install this big thing, right? I just want to build yada yada. Nope. I guess it's in this core folder and it's probably like a huge thing and it's going to be a pain in the ass to geez. It's so big that even scrolling to it is a pain in the ass. Is it in here? Is it really in here? How big is this file? Is my computer going to crash? Maybe. Yeah, because that app is like 13 months out of date right now. So I'm working on the update, and the update will have all the latest features in it. And yes, I was right. This file is 11,000 lines of code. And my Chrome, 13,000 lines of code, never mind. And my Chrome version doesn't like that. I think I'm just gonna polyfill it myself at this point. How hard can it be, right? Oh dear. All right, app start, app. Where's the app being created? App. Define property. If remote app second instance. Okay, no, that's stuff. Find app equals. Is that happening in index.html? No. Start app.js. Is it happening in app.js? Is app.js self-generating? It is. Okay. We need the polyfills early though, in case something gets executed. So we basically want something in here that happens before anything else, right? And we'll do something like js/polyfills. And then we'll do, save this under js polyfills, right? And we want replace all. And this probably, yeah, I don't like these kind of polyfills because this probably depends on all sorts of other things in here. So we're just going to do this. If type of string.prototype.replace all is not equal to function. We'll just do it live, off the cuff. And we're going to mistype everything at least once. All right, so this is going to be a function that takes a bunch of arguments, right? And we have a match string, place string, and we're going to look at what it's supposed to look like. Replace all is supposed to take pattern replacement. Oh, we're just going to call it that. That's a lot smarter. Pattern replacement, return, return. So the pattern, we're going to do new regex pattern global return this dot replace replacement. Basically, that's the thing, right? So now we can also do this. Make sure that it's executed early enough. That's not working. Nope. Polyfills.js. Here we go. Polyfill function. All right. So if I now do another build of this, and I'm sorry, but the builds take a little. They take a. In fact, let's find out how long they take. They take a. Nope. No. What are you doing? I thought that's how you time a command. Time args. Take a photo of the time command. You have to understand syntax. Yes. That makes sense. Try and increment an argument. As example, try to find how long it takes to move a file in a different directory. I'm an idiot. I'm in Windows, and Windows isn't that smart. So no, we're not timing that command. We're just going to run it. And I probably want to close this. All right, worked on for SudokuPad on Steam. Yeah, have you worked on that yet for on Steam? Because there's currently a conflict checker, but not for the pencil. Yeah. Couple of weeks. I need to build it all. You can sign up. Let me post the link. You can sign up for testing if you want to get access early. Of course, with the caveat that the test version might, still be a little buggy. Let me see if I can post this. Feel free to sign up as tester for earlier access. Obviously, I'm gonna self-test it a little bit, but there is a risk as tester that the app version you're getting might wipe your data. So, and not your phone, but like your puzzles, your puzzle progress. All right, so in fact, this is the version that I'm building here for testing that happens on Steam, but you see it's not quite there yet. So, do we have a polyfill? It doesn't look like it. String.prototype.place all. All right, so that didn't work at all. Why did this not work? Damn. Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong one. Never mind. We are still in business, potentially. Potentially, we're still in business. Polyfills, JS undefined. So string.prototype.replace all. Okay, we have a function. Let's see if it works. Nope, doesn't work. Invalid regular expression, nothing to repeat. Invalid regular expression, nothing to repeat. We need to escape. Oh, Jesus Christ. Regexp escape. How do we escape that? I mean, I can backslash in front of every letter. Is this complete? Escape regexp. All right. So if I do this, let's homogenize this. Escape regexp. Do we want? Because this, I think this puts it in a global scope, which we don't want to do. So let's do this. And this, and this. No global scope pollution here. Okay. And then we can do this. It's replacing all of these with $ampersand. I don't know, you could use the escape a character that has special meaning inside a regular expression. Standardize this method. There's now a proposal. Update the above proposal is rejected to keep it running for yourself if you need it. What's special on just comma? I don't know what exact details, but needs to be escaped for backwards compatibility with some old buggy JavaScript engine. All right, so this should still work. Let's test it. Does this still work? Let us force this so we can actually test this. And we can do console.log. How many times? This probably gets called a lot. Not that often, actually. Come on. Here we go. All right. I'm wondering if I'm better off wrapping this. So if I do something like const re escape reg exp is this, right? And then we'll do this like that. And then we can just do this here like that. Like that. And then we don't have that extra function call. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to try to optimize things in a silly way. And then just drive myself crazy down the line when I don't know what the hell's going on. I want to be a bad example to people learning and all that. Thanks. Appreciate it. And you'll probably get a version that you can run alongside your actual one. It's all JavaScript. It's JavaScript top to bottom. Sorry to disappoint. Backend is JavaScript. It's Node.js. Frontend is JavaScript. Rendering is done with SVG. There's no other well, the only other languages involved are SVG and Well, some build tooling, but that's about it. All right, so this polyfill should do the trick. It shouldn't leak in the global namespace. I need to close this, or it's not going to be able to overwrite those executable files. I think that's been saved, right? And then this I can undo. Like that. Yes. And then we don't have to bring this old code. And there might be a couple other polyfills we're going to have to add, because 69, why is it 69? I don't even know. Electron, how to update Chromium version. Upgrading Chromium. I'm trying to remember if there was an issue with newer versions, and that's why I'm using this older one. I don't know for sure. So that should now be that. I don't log out the polyfill anymore. And I screwed up somehow. Replace. Oh my god. I copied the wrong thing. All right. Let's. Before I didn't run the test again. I'm now paying the price. Wait a second. What is the error? No, it stopped all execution, I think, at that point. Okay. That seems to work. All right. So we want to put this switch back in place. Do another build. In the meantime, I want to look at... Okay, we've just added the polyfill. I'm going to push this until I know if this is actually working or not. Okay, so this is supposed to fix the replace all. Oh yeah, in the meantime, we want to look at updating this version of Chromium, because version 69 is a little old. Upgrade Electron documentation. There's an overview. Upgrade libcc to a new Chromium. libcc. What does libcc have to do with it? Lib Chromium content. Okay, I don't know what libcc is, but apparently that's responsible for which version of Chromium it's using. Electron to Chromium. Repository provides a mapping of Electron versions to Chromium version that it uses. Especially this browser list, so you can use Electron greater auto prefixer. Okay, I don't want to have to write JavaScript for that. If I do Electron-V in my Windows console, I get 16.05. And if I do it in Linux, Electron, we don't have a version. Okay. Electron versions, Electron documentation. Why is this under hubwiz.com? Releases. Is this a clone of it? Electron 2.0. This hardly seems up to date. I'm in the right place here. Releases. 23 beta, 22.10. I'd like to update, but I'm also a little scared that the moment I update, everything is gonna break, and I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time. But it might be worth doing anyways. Right now, it's kind of broken anyways, right? Okay, all right, we're in business. So this polyfill, I think this was the only major browser version issue. I mean, replace all. It's always been a bit suspicious. All right, let's just open a random non-completed puzzle. Missing command error. No, okay, that's file stuff. So that's looking not too bad, right? Not too shabby. So let's get a share link. Copy link, right? Go back here, import this puzzle. Save in place. Looking good so far. All right, let's play this. This will be our test for today, and then I'm going to end this stream because it's getting late, and I think I'm blocking dinner from happening, and it's almost 9. All right, I'm going to solve this really quick and also dirty. I solve these things in a dirty way, which means I kind of over pencil mark and I use the tools a lot. So for example, there's got to be a 5 over here. I look, for example, this 1 blocks. So this is 2, 4, 8 or 3, 6, right? 2, 4, 8 or 3, 6. This cannot be 3, 6, neither can that. So these are 1, 2, 4, 8. These can't be 1s, which means nothing. None of these can be 1, and these are 1, 2, 4, 8, right? So we have 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 8. That's 4. 3, 5, yeah, 6. 6, 7, and 9. Okay, 6, 7, 9, 1, 3, 4. So no 1 here. 2, 4, 8, or 3. Oh, no 3, 6. So that's 2, 4, 8 with a 4. That's not a 4, and that's not an 8. Okay, 2, 4, 8 is a given here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And only a 6 can go on a black dot. So this cannot be a 3 or a 6. So we've got a 4 guaranteed in here, and this can no longer be a 3 or a 6. And I just deleted the wrong digits. No 3, no 6. So also a 4 is forced. There's a 4 down here. No 6 over here. All right. That's a good start. 7, 7. So that's a 7. It's a 6 or an 8. No 4 on either side. So no 8 either side. So it's a 1, 2, or a 3, 6. That can't be a 1. That can't be a 2. That can't be a 3. And it can't be a 6. And what else? What else? What are the easy wins here? 3s. Nope. Nope. Oh, this can't be a 7 now. So that's a 7. That's a 7. That's a 7. Lots of 7s, right? 7 over here. Not there. 7 over here. That's not very interesting. 7. Oh, we know there's a 7 here. It means there's a 7. Not here. Here. 9s go here, which forces an 8. That's a 2, 4 now. That's a 3. 6. No 8. 6, 9. I'm in the process of finishing the stream, right? And that's a 6. And that is not a 4. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 9 is here. All right, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. 3's got to be over here. So it can have an 8 on it. 4. Okay, so that is a 2, 3. That's a 4, 8. All right. All right, all right, all right. Then these 3 are 1, 2, 3, and 3, 5. 1, 2, 5. And have a 5 on a black dot here. So that's from 1, 2, and 4 with a 2 here. No 2 there, no 2 there. Okay. 2, 3, 6, 8, 2, 4, 7, 9. So that's a 6 or an 8. Oh, 6, 8 pair. So that makes this a 1, 5. 6, 8 pair, 1, 5 here. 2, 3. And that is 1, 2, 4, 5. Without a 2. So we've got a 2 here. Okay, that's not a surprise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Without a 6 here, without a 3 here. There's a 2 in these two. So that's not a 2. Which means that's not a 1. 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay. Still quite a few options on this black dot. 6 is down here. This cannot be a 5 or 7 because of these, so this cannot be a 6. Because there's a 6 here. Forces a 6 here, 3 here. 3's up here. 6's over there. But once again, we can't have a 5 and a 6, 5 or 7 next to the 6. That forces a 5 here. 1, 4, no 5. 5. That's still a 1 or a 2. So now we know there's a 6 here together with a 5, because it can't be with a 7. That puts a 5 up here. And I'm just going to fill these in with an 8. Okay, that didn't actually do anything. So I kind of not bothered. Right. 2, 3, nope. So these could be the lower digits. 5, 6, 7 cannot be an 8. This can't be a 4. This can't be a 1. Do we have to have a 3 on it? No. This 3 can be with a 2. This 4 could be with a 3. So we don't have to have a 2 on it. It could be 1, 2. Yeah. All right. Could be. We still have a bunch of options there. Ah, 3s. Go here. That means there is a 3 here, which means it cannot be a 1. There could be a 4. So it's either 2, 3 or 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 2, or 3, 4. Okay. What else? Oh, this one here. 2, 4, 5, or 8. No 5 here. No 5 here. Wait. No, 5 here. No 5 here. And 8 can't be next to anything. And 2 can't be next to anything. So we've got a 4, 5 here. And no 4 here. No 4 here. So it's 8, 4, 2, 4. This can't be a 2 or 1, 2. All right. So this now becomes a 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and 8. Here we go. 4, 8, 4. 2, 8 still possible. 8 goes to 4, 2 goes to 1. 2 can't go to anything over there. Got a 1, 4 pair now. Not very useful anyways. 2, 7, 9. This 2 is not... I thought I could maybe eliminate the 2 from there. Ah, what are we missing here? 1, 2, and 8. So obviously 8 can't go there. So let's go there. So that'll be a 2. That'll be an 8. That forces a 4 here. 1 there. 2 there. We've got a 2 here after all. 2, 1, not a 2. 2. No 2 or 4. And these two are... These 4 and 2 cells are resolved. And down here we're missing 4, 7, and 9, where the 4 goes here. And up here, these I can mark with good conscience. It's a 1 or an 8. They're resolved. And finally 3, 7, and 9. With 3 going there. And 7, 9 there. Okie dokie. That resolves a bunch of stuff cascading down. We got an 8 here, 4, and 2, and 6, 8. Don't ask me why I went the other way, the long way around. This has got to be a 7 now. See you guys soon. And we have a bunch of digits left. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 7 and 8, which are resolved. We can resolve these as well. 9, 7, 7, 9. The 1 needs to go here. The 4 needs to go there. The 5 goes here. And we have a 9. And that's it. So these dialogues are still custom to the app. So I probably either want to update them or homogenize them. So if I can change the final dialogue to kind of just use the default engine dialogue, then I don't have to maintain 2 different versions. So now I can either review it, right, or go back to the listing. And why did it pause for so long? Application safe data is happening a lot. Yeah, of course, every time I press a button or whatever. But this is happening in app.js. Should that really be logging still? Probably not. We should know that it's happening, but we probably shouldn't be logging that. So let's get rid of that. 260, 260. That. 260, enter. Okay, anything else that's being spam logged? Text to line feature. Is that stump inequality? Implement text to line feature. Oh, okay. That's like a to-do. That's a to-do reminder to myself. I shouldn't really be spamming that in the console. But basically, detect if people are using these for the less than or greater than symbols, and then just convert them to proper lines. All right, let's do the refactor thing again. Comments. Boom. And then this, add polyfill for string dot replace all. Okay, spell checker doesn't like these, but they look good to me. Okay, actually that's, we've ticked, let's see what we've ticked off. We've ticked off a couple of things. I'm quite happy with what we've accomplished. This is stuff that's not fun. I like doing it. You probably don't like watching it, but it's really, really important. So this is done. This we haven't even touched. And this we haven't touched. Okay, but this was actually quite important. And we haven't done any of the planning, unfortunately. So these to-do items, I'm going to move them up. I'm going to create a new caption for the next code hangout. And obviously, I'm not just doing this work doing code hangouts. This is just turned into my kind of to-do list file. So we're gonna move these up here, and we're gonna copy these up there. We're gonna remove that. I'm gonna make these items like that. I'm gonna remove these. I'm gonna change this around a little so it makes sense if I look at it at another time. All right. Did we? Yes. The final thing we need to do is update the web app with the changes. So before we do that, let's run my little script to update the database, and then all we're changing here is make the framework a little bit more robust. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna do that as a patch, even though patches are actually more annoying to handle. But that's on me. If I don't like it, I should fix it. So this should now be a patch version of 0.258.1. One of these days, we're gonna release version 1. So, improve framework dialog abort dependency. All right, it doesn't need to be super clear. This is a minor thing, but we do want to deploy this. And we want to deploy this to beta as well. So there is a couple of important things. We need to update the API. We need to, this is actually important. So think thumbnailer, API and SudokuPad versions. And we're gonna make this a bigger item at the top of the list just to make sure I don't miss this. Add params to force cache invalidation. Add param to thumb API call to force cache invalidation. Create API call, yada yada. Okay. And then this is kind of important so I don't get myself out of sync and in trouble down the line. But we do want to run another game because it's bad. It's bad if I don't verify a build after I released it to the server. So let's see if I can find something easy. I'm going to the Discord archive here, which is a bit risky because sometimes they're actually very hard for me. So let's see, are we in the right version? Yes, 0.1 on beta. No, we're not on beta here. Why are we not on beta? Let's go to beta. Let's go to beta. Are we in the right version? 0.258.1. Yes. Okay. And is this a normal rotational pair? Every digit in the center has a part that is always placed 100 inches from it. Center of the grid. Which digits are paired up must be reduced. Oh, no. Okay. This might not be super hard, but I don't want to risk it. Don't necessarily have a lot of time. So the problem is SudokuPad is set of constant indeterminate order. Okay, so that's standard Ranban, right? Is this okay? Make sure we're running the right server. Digits. Okay, so standard Ranban, consecutive digits. So and standard killer cages. 6, 8, 9 should be the right sum here. Yep. That's got a 1 in it. 23 and 4, I don't think I know anything about that. That's got a 1 in it. I'm guessing we've got like a high-low thing here going on. Like these need to be high. These need to be low. So the lowest these can be is 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, they cannot be 4 because to get to 4 we need a 7 as well. So we need a 5 and a 7. So they can go all the way down to 4. They could have 9s, could have 9s in them, except this one is in the same box. So that's got to be a 5 or a 7, which means this cannot. No, wait. It could still be a 5 or 7, right? Because we could have both. In fact, we need to have a 7 in here for sure on the way down. And in fact, it needs to be a 5 and a 7 because we can't go up, right? Okay, so we have a 5 and a 7 in this. Which means these are 2, 3, 8, 9. Now, they cannot be 8, 9 because this cannot have a 7 in it. So, oh, wait. Wait a second. No, I'm an idiot. We don't, no, wait. We don't necessarily have to have a 9 on here, right? This could be 8, 7, 6, 5. Or... okay. Because like this, it would have to have a high and a low, and that doesn't work with the Ranban, right? So this is not 5, 7. In fact, it doesn't have a 5 in it at all. So what's going to happen here is we're going to need a high digit here to get these down to lows. So let's say if we have a 9, no, if we don't have a 9 here, if it's 6 and 8, this could be 7, 9, for example, right? So now if we say... this has a 7 and 9 in it. Now the remaining pixels, no, the remaining digits are actually quite small. Right, now this would have to be the 7, this would have to be the 9. And then these couldn't be 9s. And then these could be quite low. Go together with these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can have 4, 5, 6. We could even go as high as 7. So this is actually not guaranteed to be correct. Like we could have an 8 here, for example. So I'm actually not gonna put it in like that. We're gonna go back to here. And we're gonna look around the board to see some similar cases. Although these are the most extreme ones, so I doubt there's gonna be a lot of other ones that are gonna help us here. I'm pretty sure we have to start here. So what can this be, first of all? So we've determined we cannot go lower than 7. So it could be 6, 5, 8, or so 5, 7, right? And this one cannot be 6, 8, 9. So this is definitely a 5 or a 7. So we can already remove anything that's doesn't have a 5 or a 7 in it. There's not much, so it's not actually worth doing. Now, here, if this is 4 and... oh, no, it can't be 4 and 5. So the highest we can... if it is 2 and 5, we need 3 and 4. If this is... so it's either... so these two are either 3, 4. If these two are 2 and 5. If they're 3 and 4, this can be 5, 6. So the highest this can be is 11. So the smallest this can be is 12. And 5, 7 happens to be 12. And these are the only two options, right? Because if there's a 1 on here, I mean, that could even be 1, 2, and then have a 3, 4 here. Wait, no. If these two are 3, 4, 5, 6, if these are 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So let's see, what's the highest? Highest is 11, smallest is 12, 12. 5, 7 is 12, so this could be a 5, 7. So 5, 7 is one of the options. And we know it has a 5 or a 7 in it. What are the other options, right? So 5, 7 is, this is a 9. If this is an 8, 6. 5, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? But if this is a 9, 6, 9, 8, 7, then this could also be an 8, 7. An 8, 7 is 15. Then we need 8 more. That's not enough, actually. Interesting. And this is if this is a 9, 6. If this is an 8, 6, then these could be 7, 9, which is 18. And then we need 5 more. And that doesn't work. Wait, it doesn't work. So we need 1 less than this. So this is 8, 9. It could be 7, 6, which is 13. Then these would have to be 10, which we don't have either. If this wants to be 7, so 3, 4, that would be 16 for these. And 16 is a bit tricky, actually. 9, 7. If this is 6, 8, 9, 7 works. 9, 7 works as well. So, okay. So these could be 9, 7, and 3, 4, which add up to 9, 7, 3, 4, which is this one. That's one option. And the other option is if this is 5, 6. So if this is 3, 4, I think that's the only option, yeah. And if it's 5, 6, it'll tell us, right? Then we have 2, but they have to include a 4, and we can't get down to 4. So this is not possible. I guess that's the conclusion here. So we got to do the 3, 4 option. So these two are 3, 4, which means we cannot have 3, 4 in here. So that's 1, 2, 5. And consecutive with these are the 2 and the 5. So that's the 1. Right? Or, no, I'm wrong. This could be 1, 2 or 2, 5. So all we know is that has a 2 in it. But it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's all we learned on these. And these are 7, 8, where we know, 7, 9, where we know this cannot be 9. So that's a 7, that's a 9. And delete all of these. And 7, 9 is consecutive with 8, so we need an 8 on here. We cannot have the 9 on here. We have the 8 and the 6, and the 9 goes here. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Yeah. I talked myself into trouble, and then I talked myself out of it again. That's okay. This can't have a 9 in it now. Doesn't tell us too much. So we know this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This cannot be a 3 or 4, and this cannot be a 2. Well, we know there's a 1 in here. So if this can't be a 2, can have a 2 in it. This can't be a 5. So this is a 1 or a 2. So this is a 2. We have a 1, 4, 1, 5 here. If this is a 2, if this is a 1, this could be 2, 5 or 3, 4 over here. But it also brings down what we can do here, right? We can't have 4, 5 here, right? So this is either 2, 5 on the high end or 3, 4. So if it's 3, 4, these two can be 5, 6. 5, 6. And I'm guessing that's the same as we had here, right? Or if it's 2, 5, they can be 3, 4. So if we go in here and we say 3, 4, for example, then these would have to be 7, 9. And if we undo all that and say 5, 6, then these would have to be 3, 9 or 4, 8. And that's actually inverted, right? So 3, 9, 4, 8 is for the 5, 6 case. And then 7, 9 is for the 3, 4 case. which would be the same as what we had down here. And then these, I guess they're probably okay with either one of these. Although there's a fairly low one. If we have 4, 8, we need 4, 5, 6, 7, which just works. So this one works. 3, 9, I don't think will work because we need to bridge from 3 to 9 with 2, which doesn't work. So this can be 4, 8. Then this would be 5, 6, 7. That's one option. 5, 6, 7, right? And if it's 7, 9, excuse me. No, wait, it doesn't work 5, 6, 7 because we only have space for 2 digits on the Renban line, so we cannot put 5, 6, 7 in, so it's not 4, 8. This is 7, 9, and this is 3, 4. And because this is 3, 4, this either has to be 1, 2, which it can't be. Uh-oh. It can't be 2, 5 either. Uh-oh. That doesn't work. We cannot put a 2 in here if we put a 2 in here. So maybe it cannot be the 3, 4 version after all. So if this is the 5, 6 version, then these two have to be... Is there something I'm missing? 3, 4. Oh, wait. These two could be 3, 4. Then these could be 1, 2. Does that make sense? Can they be that low? Maybe, because... So if these are 1... Oh, we can't have 1 and 2 in here. But they could be 2, 5. Does that work? 2, 5. But that just gives us a 7, 5. That gives us a 7, 9, just like the 5, 6 does. Or the 3, 4 does. Oh. But, oh! And we established that 7, 9 doesn't work with this, right? We can't have an 8 and a something. 8, 6. No, we can't have. Why did I think the 7, 9 doesn't work? Oh, the 7, 9 with the 3, 4 was problematic because then we needed 2, 5 here. But I didn't realize there was a second version of the 2, 5. Sorry, a second version of the 7, 9 that we could do. Let's actually go the other way. If we do 7, 9, we could have 1, 6 here, but that always doesn't work. But 2, 5 works, right? Because we can put the 3, 4 in the middle. So if this is 2, 5, this is 7, 9. So now we need a 3, 4 in the middle here. And then this has to be a 1. And that works against this one. That's fine. This is now the 7, 9. And now here we need something that can work with a 7, 9. So 2 of these cannot be 9s. So they need to be 8 and 6. So we have an 8 and a 6. And that means this has to be a 4. And that's a 3. That's a 4. It's a 4 down here. So 2... There's no 2... Oh, Okay. Now we need to do similar things in these areas, right? Okay, so this can't have a 4 in it now. But that's not enough. That is not enough. 6, 8 here. So we can't have an 8 here. Okay, this one. 9 and 7. 9, 9. So there could be a 9 over here. It's a 9 up here. Could be in there. Because these are like more middling values, so we cannot immediately limit them. But I feel like these guys should have enough influence to do something over here. Like pushing a 9 off this line. But again, we have the sort of, this needs to be the low end. Like for example, this one has to have 2 lowish digits, right? Like it can't be 1, 5. 5, well, sorry, 1, like the lowest, the highest we can make these two is 5, 6. And then we can go 7, 8 here, which is quite high. Uh-huh. Is there something else we can look at? Like 2s can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. So 2s could go here. Can 2s go in here? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Oh, what about 1s? 1s go here. Can 1s go in the 22 for cell? Yes, they can as well. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? No 3s here, no 3s here. No 3s here. Doesn't help a whole lot. These are all lower digits that don't help. But because this is resolved, maybe if I fill in the lower digits here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe I can eliminate enough of them to be useful. Not even slightly. Wait, 7, 9 goes out of these. Almost. Maybe that 2, 5 is useful. Oh, that can't be a 5. That's good. So now we have the 2, 5 version of that Renban configuration. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5 between these 4 cells. Puts the 1 in the middle. Doesn't super crazy help us, although it maybe does something for 5s. No 5s here. 5s can go here, and 2s can go here as well. No 2 and 5 here, no 2 and 5 here. So we have the same situation here with 2s and 5s. Almost useful, almost. Do we have a similar situation, like 1s go here? No, it's even worse than this one. So we have the 1 and 3 here, and we don't even have that courtesy over here on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a little bit excessive, I guess. But I am a bit desperate. I don't want to look at these side ones. They're so impotent. Wait, that's a 22 instead of 23. Is that significant? Ugh, it's even more middling, I'm guessing. Like, I could even have a 2 on here. No. Like, it could be 2 highs, 2 lows, could even 2 middling digits. Well, it could be, can't be 2 highs, but it could be like a 6 and a 4. Like, could we have a 1, 2 on here, literally, and then a 3, 4 over here. Like these, and then 6, 9 on this side, and then like 7, 9 to fill in the gaps, right? Let's hope I didn't pick a tricky one again. Does that eliminate anything? No 7, 9s? No. No 9s here. I think we've done that already, yeah. I mean, that should be something, right? What about this one? 1, 3, 5. Of 1, 3, 5, we can only have 2. Probably not super helpful. Although these 2 can't be... They can be 2 and 5, but they can't be 1. Like, this has to be big, but this can't be too small. Well, still could be a 2. Which would make it fairly small, right? Yeah, I don't like this pencil marking. It's just... Even the one here in the middle is not super useful. Like, these aren't useful either. 6, 8. 6, 8. This can't be a 6, 8, or 4. Let me fill that in. That doesn't actually have a crazy amount of options. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 2 can't be 9. This can't be a 3. And then these 2 can't be 6 and 8. But they don't seem to occur together very often. And these 2 can't be too different. Like, we can't have the low here. Like, we can't have a 3 and an 8 here. But we could have a 5, 6 here. We could have a 6, 9, not 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we could have a 6, 9. So what? Let me check these. These 2 could be. They could be 8, 9. They could be 5, 6. Let's put that under here. 8, 9, 5, 6. They could be 6, 9. 6, 9. 5, 7, 7, 8. Like, they could be almost everything. Except 5, 8. And not like 3, 9 and 3, 8, right? So if it's this top one, the 3 would have to go. Oh, wait, the 3 can't go there. And it can't go with the 8 or 9. So we can actually exclude this one. Okay, that actually helped. So now we know there's a 5 on here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these two aren't 9. So if there's a 9, it goes here. But we have a 5 here. Is that useful? I don't think so. No 5 here, but there could be 5s here. Ooh, this can't be a 6 and 8 because of that pair down here. So, 6. If there's a 6 and 8, it needs to be over here. This is either a 5. If it's a 5, then this would have to be... If this is a 5, there's no 9. Then these would have to be 7, 8, which is okay. If it's a 7, this would have to be 5, 8. And if it's an 8... if it's a 9, this can't be an 8. So since that can't be an 8, if it's a 5, okay, 5, 7. If it's a 9, 5 and 6 go here, which is also fine. All right. Unfortunately, all of these are close enough together. And they could be 5, 6. No, they can't be 5, 6. So what's the smallest they can be? 5, 7 with an 8 here, right? 5, 7 would have to have a 6 in it. And then either a 4 or an 8. I mean, there are plenty of options, right? But interestingly, this can't have a 1 on it. So we can't have the 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could have the 4 on here. We could have the 4 on here. The 5 there. But the 4 needs a 5. 3, 4. This could be 5, 6, 3, 4, right? 5, 6, 3, 4. So these could still be relatively low. But we don't want them to be low. We want them to be high, actually. There being a 5 here, does that do anything? Should I do something similar here? Like, this can't have a 7 and a 9, but that's meaningless. 4, 6, 8. This has a 4. Of course, yeah, no, not useful. 1. God damn it. This can't have a 9. If it has an 8, the 8's gotta go here. Like, it would be interesting if I could force it to not have an 8. If it has an 8 on it, right? The 8 goes here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it couldn't be the... So it can't be this one. It can't have an 8 and... Oh, well. If it has the 8 and 6 here, what does it do to this one? No 8 and 6 here. And this can't be an 8 and 6. And there has to be an 8 or a 6 in here. So this cannot have 8, 6 here. So it cannot be this configuration. Okay, we eliminated one more. If this is 8... If it has an 8 in it, the 8's got to be here. Then this doesn't have an 8 in it. So this becomes 5, 6, 9. This can't be a 6. So this would have a 6. So then it can't have a 6 in it. Okay, we established it already. If it has an 8, it can't have a 6. If it has a 6 in it, the 6 would have to go here. This won't have a 6, so it's 5, 7, 8. 8 would go here. 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. The 7, either way, right? Either way. 4, 5, 8. Does that pose a problem? Not really. 2. So we know it doesn't have the 3 in it right now. That doesn't help too much. 2, 7, 8. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. What about this one? If it has a 9 over here. Wait a second. What about... Yeah, okay, no. We know the 9 goes here. Does that mean anything for this one? Eliminating the 9s? Not really. Let me do something stupid here and just say, okay, 9s can't go here, can't go here, no 7 here, no 7 here, no 1s here, no 2, 5 here. 3, 4, 6, 8. 2 have to be from 3, 4, 6, 8. So 4, 8. This doesn't qualify. 4, 7, no. This doesn't qualify. 6, 8, this qualifies. 3, 8 qualifies. 4, 7 qualifies. 6, 9. 9, 6, yeah, that qualifies. 5, 7, 8, yeah, that qualifies. 6, 9 qualifies. 7, 8 qualifies, 6, 8 qualifies, and 6, 7 qualifies. So we only eliminated one option. But we do have a fairly we have a fairly small digit, and that has to connect to one of these guys. Is that a problem yet? If this has a 4, if it's a 4, 8, 9. Ah, wait, 4, 8, 9 is a problem, right? The 4 would have to go here, and this would be an 8 or 9, and we cannot connect it. So that's not it. There's a 7 on here now. That's interesting. 7. Well, okay. Just tells us the 7 isn't there. All right, I gotta finish soon. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, well, let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This can't be a 9. If it has a 9, we have a 7 and a 9 or a 5. We can't have a 5, 9 on here, right? 5, 6, 7, 9. No. So if it has a 9, this has to be the 5. In other words, this can never be the 5 because the 5 goes with a 9, right? So there cannot be a 5 on here now. So we have 5, 7, 9. If we don't have a 9, 6, 7, 8. But then we cannot have 6 and 8 here. So it's either 5 here and then 7, 9 here. Or not 6, 8 here. So 7 here. So this can never be the 7. So the 9 has to be here. Yeah. So this can never be the 7. So that's the 7. So that means that's the 7. Is that useful? Almost. So we know there's a 7 on here now, on this Ranban. 7, 8, 9, 7, 6. So we can't have anything really small. So 7, 6, 5, 4. So no 3s. And the 7 here, this is, so we have either a 5 down here and then a 7, 7, 9 up here. Or we have a 7, 6 or 7, 8 up here, and then a 6 or 8 down here. So it's 5, 6, 8, and 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 9. Okay. Huh. All right, but it's connected to a 7. If it's a 5, 7, we need a 6 here and then something, you know. This is a 6, 7. This could be 5 and 4. Could it though? Yes. And then 6, 7 on this side. All right. But we've made some progress. 2, 4. Now if it's 7 here and then 6, 8 between the two, we need a 6, 8 up here. This can't be a 7 because of these. So if this has a 7, the 7 would go here. If it has a 7, it kind of looks like this. It's a 7 and 9. These would have to be 2 or 4. Which is this, at this stage, is still possible. Can this be this low? Probably. Can we... This has a 4, right? We say this has a 4. The 4 would go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. All we can say right now for sure, this doesn't have a 7 and a 9 in it. These are small. Ones go in here, not helpful. 9 goes up there. 7, 7, 7 here. 7. Could be a 7 over on here. Oh, wait, this can't be a 6, 8. We have a pointy 6, 8 here. So this is a 7 or a 9. So this is, if this is the 7, we can have a 6, 8 here and a 6, 8 here. If this is the 9, then we have a 7 here. So this can this ever be the 9? 9, 7, 5. Yeah. 7, and then 6, 8 this way, and then no 6, 8s up this way. And then these two would have to be 6, 8. Huh. 7, 6, 8. I still don't see a reason why these two can't be 6, 8. If they're 6, 8, a 6, 8 pair, then this would be a 6, 8 pair, which perfectly acceptable, right? What would that look like? This is a 6-8 pair. And then these are like this, right? No 5 there. So 6-8 pair here, and this would be the 7 that goes in between. And then this couldn't be 6-8. So it would have to be 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this would be a 5 with a 6 or an 8, which is basically any of them, right? And then 2 small digits over here. So this is perfectly possible. And then these would be 3, 4, and 9. And 6 and 8s are taken out from down here. And then 6, 8 would have to be here. But can this be a 6 and an 8? Yes. And then this would be a 3. So this would be a 3, this would be an 8, this would be a 6, and then 3, 6 is 4, 5 over here. With a 5 here, 4 here, 3 here, 6, and 8. So that would all work. And it's quite likely that that's what's actually gonna be happening. All right, all we determined is that this can't be 6, 8. Okay. We're not where I want to be yet. 7, 9. So no 9s here, no 9s here. So 9 is here. And then 9 is here. So that's if this is a 7 and 6, 8. Now what if this is a 7, 9 pair? Then these have to be also 6, 8. Wait. Does that mean it is a 7, 9? So this is definitely always 6, 8. Right? But then these two would be 6, 8, and this would have to be 9. If this is, what do we say, 7, 9, and the 5 down below? Okay, so all I've established now is that this is always 6, 8. And this has to always include a 6 or an 8. So we can get rid of that. And only that. That's not exactly grand progress, is it? Now, what does it say about this one? I don't remember what this would have been. If this was 6, 8. This is, if this is 6, 8, and this is 7... then this would be 5. So this would not be 4. So this is 5 or 6 or 8. So, like, it can't be this one anymore. 5 and 6, that works. 5, 8 works. 4, 6 doesn't work. 4, 8 doesn't work. 5, 6, 8. Maybe. 5, 6 works. 4, 8 doesn't work. Okay, we've gotten rid of quite a few now. But no other... Oh! No, there's definitely always a 6 now. So there's always a 6 here. Is there something that isn't in here for sure? 5, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, every single digit is still possible. Except... what did we say? This is 6, 8, and this is 6, 8. This would be 5. And if this is 5, that could be 6 or 8. And we could even have all 3 together with the 3 over here. Yeah, okay. The family is arriving back from the walk. So I'm gonna finish this one off screen. Sorry I didn't finish it sooner. But I think it is time for me to call it a day. I'm getting tired. I'm not getting any faster at solving it. Yeah, we accomplished a couple of important things. Not super entertaining stream, I'm afraid, but I have to get this app finished. I have to get this update finished, and I want to finish it well. I don't want to just chuck it out there and half of it is broken. Like, the settings menu is still a mess. Like, whoa, what's all this, you know? All these, we need, yeah, let me add that as a to-do item here. Sort of settings up, SudokuPad app update. We'll do this. We'll do this. Settings menu. We'll say remove editing features Background, BG image, solution. I'm almost loath to even include some of the more advanced settings because they might be confusing and some of them are not like up to the standard of the paid app, such as the killer calculator and so on. But people would probably rather have them than not have them. I might actually get rid of the multicolor toggle, although there might be some people that still like it. Maybe multicolor should go into advanced or something. But that's like final polish. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Fog, disabling fog, I think I'm going to remove that. But that's, again, that's not really app specific. And then all the backup and these things is the debug stuff. Yeah, we have that already marked down. Anyway, lots of rambling. Thanks for hanging out. And, you know, there's a link on the chat here for the sign up for helping me alpha test the app, early versions of it for the new releases. That's for iOS, Android, and Windows. And I might also start working on a macOS version and Linux version, but not before the updated release. In the meantime, don't forget there's a Patreon, patreon.com/SvenCodes, and a YouTube channel that you're hopefully watching right now unless you're on Twitch. Any support is appreciated. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys in the next one.